Thank you very much. So hi, everybody. Today we will touch on why security is important. We will discuss why Microchip and Future should be your security partners and cover the key technologies of the GoodLock platform. Slide number 3, please. Why security? That's a good question. Security is a very deep topic, and we only have time today to scratch the surface. But the information we discuss should help you getting started with your new design. Why does anyone need security in their product? In today's world, where everything and everyone is connected 24/7, security needs to be considered for all product design. Even if your product doesn't connect to the outside world, you still need to be concerned about security. There's 3 types of security that can be implemented in a design. The first one is what we call, the physical security. So this is typically provided by the enclosure or any kind of restricted access. The second point will be the cyber security. This is from your OS. This is from the operating system. This is all the little software you can have to a system to provide security. The third point is embedded security, and this is what we're going to talk about today. We are referring to hardware level protection. This is like an IC, something like a more like a hardware device that you have to your system that will help you to secure your system. Of course, no security approach is 100% guaranteed. You just need to make it so hard so it's not worth the hacker's time or the effort to try to go to your system. A blend of the 3 approaches will likely serve your company well. So this is what you should look to implement the system. It's really to look at those 3 types of security and try to implement them in your system. But the topic of security, comes with its own challenge. What type of security do we need? How do we implement it? How do we get started? What type of device should we test? From what supplier? What eval board do we need? And when you discover that embedded security has a lot of complicated math function and who understand what and how we will make this work in a real life application, this is all the challenge you will face on. So it's very important to have a good partners to help you with that solution. Slide number 4, please. So, Microchip simplify all those challenges for you. Microchip has been in the security industry for over 20 years. It's a world leader in providing hardware security solution. You don't have a PhD in math or security, so let Microchip do the heavy lifting. Their device perform all of the intensive math function and key storage inside to implement in your product. So unlike other supplier where you have to rely on web forum or technical support, Microchip offers local security expert to walk you through the security process. So it's a perfect partner to work with you and to try to define your security solution. So we established that Microchip is a great choice for security product. So now the question is, why Future Electronics? Future Electronics is a global electronic distributor with over 50 years in the business, and we have been a strong partner of Microchip for over 20 years. Future is privately held, so that let us do things that our competition can't. We don't need to please the market. We just try to to help our customer designing and helping them with their product. So we have, a flexible supply chain program. We have a personalized payment term. We have the largest available to sell inventory in the industry. And our highly automated global distribution center has the highest on-time delivery from any distributor. So we have multiple, warehouse in the different country to help serve our customer. But more important, we offer a solution and not just part. Because our engineers work with suppliers day in and day out, we have engineering expertise you can get from, let's say, a Google search. Things like, what supplier solution are the best to design with? Whose SDK is the easiest to work with? Which supplier have the great technical support? All those questions can be answered by us because we have the experience of, the design, and we have the experience to work with all our supplier and all our solution. Future also has a deep market expertise. Our market staff have their finger on the pulse of the electronic industry, and we can see pricing and lead time trends long before it's happened in the market. We want to use that knowledge to help you in your component selection and your solution selection. So now we are introducing our new platform. So we know, like Microchip is a very, very good partner. They offer a lot of different solutions for your product, and Future Electronic is there to help you. So, GoodLock is a perfect introduction to the Microchip security product. This is a complete development kit. It's built around the SAM11. It's a secure microcontroller, and the ECC608A, that's a secure hardware element. So in addition to to highlight the Microchip product, the GoodLock is also a great introduction to the Microchip Trust platform. This is an innovative device provisioning services that Microchip is offering to help you with the configuration of your secure device. GoodLock comes with 3 demos, so to show all of the key functionality of the best-in-class, Microchip product. And we did the design, so we are able to support it. We are able to talk about it. We are able to do the demonstration and so on. So we work with the product to learn how they function, how they work, and we've got the knowledge now on that product. So here's the block diagram of the GoodLock. As you can see, all the red block are Microchip components. So Microchip makes, the best hardware security product, but they also make almost everything on a board. So we've got, battery charger, we've got analog device, we've got power, we've got the microcontroller, we've got the security. And we even add the debugger on board to that board, so you can develop your own application. You've got an OLED display, you get some microbus to interface with other devices. So with that product, you're able to experiment on the secure aspect of the SAM11, and at the same time use the ATC608 and develop, other secure applications. So now we'll let Ron give you the detail on the platform.
Thanks, Martin, and hello, everyone. As Megan said, my name is Ron Hunter. I'm an engineer with Future, and I'm also on Future's security team. Before we start talking about Microchip's amazing security devices, I want to take a few minutes to review some high-level security concepts. Now, as Martin alluded to, security is a complex topic, and we don't have enough time to go deep in any one area, so we will only hit the high points today. A good way to think of security is to remember CIA. The C stands for confidentiality. You want to jumble and complicate your information so eavesdroppers cannot read it. Believe it or not, confidentiality is not absolutely required for security. Whether or not you need it depends on the value of the information in your application. A related point worth mentioning is that encryption is not security. It is just a means of confusing potential hackers. Some customers think that their device is secure because data traffic is encrypted. It's not. The I stands for integrity. You must ensure the integrity of information from the other end of the link before you use it. The A stands for authentication. You have to ensure that the other side of your link is authentic. In reality, security is often achieved with just authentication and integrity measures. Confidentiality part is optional. Cryptography is split into two types. The first type we'll address is symmetric cryptography. Symmetric uses a single key on both ends of the link. A key is just an alphanumeric sequence of a fixed length. One benefit of symmetric cryptography is the fast execution speed of its math functions. But a vulnerability of this system is the confidentiality of that key. You will typically find symmetric techniques used for encryption, decryption, and hash functions. A hash is a math function that is strong and irreversible, and that just means you cannot regenerate the original message that was used in the hash. You've probably heard of SHA-256. That's an example of a hash function. Asymmetric cryptography is another tool in your security toolbox. With asymmetric cryptography, there are two mathematically related keys. You have a public key and a private key. The public key can be shared, but the private key always must be kept secure. Because asymmetric crypto functions are mathematically intense, it takes longer to perform them than for symmetric crypto functions. Digital signatures and verify functions are examples of where asymmetric cryptography is used. So symmetric and asymmetric cryptography are available in your toolbox. And like everything else in engineering, each has their pros and cons. Most applications will use both of these techniques. The two most important security functions from a hardware perspective are secure boot and secure firmware update. A secure boot uses trusted firmware that cannot be modified. This prevents bad firmware from loading during the system startup process, and it protects your system against threats before they can attack. Secure firmware update prevents bad firmware from being programmed into your system in the first place. Okay, now that we've got some high-level concepts out of the way, we can finally talk about the hardware. The SAM-L11 microcontroller is the key technology that makes the GoodLock work. The SAM-L11 is a security-focused microcontroller, and it uses the latest ARM core, the Cortex M23, and it's the lowest power consumption M23 in the world. The SAM-L11 provides physical protective features, including tamper detection and measures to prevent power monitoring and device scanning after decapsulation. The SAM-L11 also includes Trustzone, which is an innovative method of partitioning memory into secure and non-secure areas. A memory controller supervises function calls to ensure that only authorized functions can access the secure areas. Hardware accelerators are important because some crypto functions can take a long time to execute. The SAM-L11 includes symmetric cryptography hardware accelerators to speed up execution time. As we discussed earlier, secure boot is a foundational requirement for the security, and the SAM-L11 supports this function. A random number generator may not sound like a big deal, but it really is. A true random number generator is critical because random numbers are inputs to those cryptographic math functions we've been talking about. But not all random number generators are created equally. The SAM-L11 has a best-in-class random number generator. The SAM-L11 also has a unique serial number. The serial numbers are another critical input into the cryptographic math functions. So this is another required feature for successful security design. Now, If your application needs more processing power than you can get with the Cortex M23, the Microchip has you covered because they offer other MCUs with security functions, including Cortex M4s, M7s, as well as high-end PIC32s. The Trust Shield comes with the GoodLock. It is a small daughter card and it plugs into the GoodLock. The Trust Shield is based around Microchip's secure hardware element, the ATECC 608A. The 608A is a secure hardware element. You can think of it like a concrete box or safe. And what it's going to do two things for you. First, it will perform the cryptographic math functions, which, as we've mentioned, can be very complicated. And secondly, it stores all of your security keys. You can add the 608A to any system, even if it doesn't use a Microchip microcontroller. All functions are executed inside the 608A, where the keys are. So secret information never leaves the chip. The 608A has hardware accelerators. Now, you might be thinking, didn't the SAM-L11 have those too? Isn't that redundant? Well, the answers are yes and no, and here's why. The SAM-L11 accelerators only support symmetric cryptography. The hardware accelerators in the 608A support symmetric and asymmetric security. This is a big deal. And why is that? The asymmetric crypto math functions are super complex, and they are a huge burden for a microcontroller to perform. The hardware accelerators in the 608A execute those complex math functions 1,000 times faster than code running in a microcontroller. And this means faster device response, lower power consumption, and longer battery life. 2 monotonic counters are included in the 608A in case you need to limit the life cycle of a consumable product. And the 608A is very robust. A team of hackers worked for 3 months to get to its secrets, and they failed. Now that we talked about both of these boards, what exactly can you do with them? As we've discussed, security can be challenging to implement, so it's very helpful to have examples to work from. The GoodLock and Trust Shield offer 3 feature-rich demos out of the box to help you get started. The hacker demo illustrates the use of Trustzone and the key security features provided in the SAM-L11 microcontroller. It shows you how secure and non-secure projects can coexist on the SAM-L11. Secure boot refers to the ability to execute only genuine code. And like we've mentioned, this is critically important for embedded security. The secure bootloader demo is super helpful because it walks you step by step through this critical process. The other foundational block of embedded security is authentication, the act of ensuring something is what it claims to be. Without authentication, you cannot have security. The authentication demo takes you step by step through how this is done. Everything we've talked about thus far is great, but how do you get those secret keys into the secure element? Do you have to program them on your manufacturing floor? Well, no, you don't, because Microchip has you covered with their Trust platform. It's an innovative web-based design suite and pre-provisioning service that supports almost any volume. Microchip's secure manufacturing facilities will safely provision the keys in the devices prior to shipment, and those keys are protected throughout the lifetime of the chip. Trust Platform has 3 tiers of service that address different customer requirements. Trust and Go is ideal for simple applications that only require TLS or LoRaWAN network authentication. There is no paperwork required, no NDA required, no expert or certificate authority involvement either. This makes Trust and Go a cost-effective, fast time-to-market solution. Volumes of as few as 10 pieces are all that's required here. So Trust and Go makes secure key storage available for the mass market. Now, if you like Trust and Go, but your use case is more involved, then you will want to take a look at TrustFlex. TrustFlex is a superset of Trust and Go, and it supports more use cases and additional functions. TrustFlex supports any cloud connection and is compatible with any certificate authority. And the Trust Platform Design Suite removes friction from your team's development. The MOQ for TrustFlex is 2,000 pieces. The third tier is Trust Custom, which is a fully customizable secure element. With Trust Custom, you start with a blank device, and you can transform it into almost anything. An NDA is required for Trust Custom. So, no matter what your use case is, and no matter what your volume requirements are, Microchip can meet your needs. So, for more information, these links will get you started in the right direction. I highly recommend Microchip's YouTube security channel. Their videos are very well done. Each are about 5 to 7 minutes, and they're very easy to understand and follow. And the last question that you might have about the GoodLock is, how do you get one of these? Well, if you contact your local future salesperson, they will be happy to help you. So, in today's session, we've discussed why security is important, why Microchip and Future should be your security partners, and we've reviewed the GoodLock and how it can help you get started with security.
I just want to thank everyone for joining us today. We hope you found the session informative. Be sure to visit www.microchip.com/shieldsup to view all upcoming sessions and watch past presentations on demand. Be sure to also follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and YouTube for the latest news and updates. Thanks again for your time, and we hope to see you during our next session. Have a great rest of your day.